Assalamu alaikum everyone, Oneza here. This is about that question and answer session that I talked about earlier in the group, that is last Tuesday or something, I don't remember, maybe Tuesday. So three questions, three or four people commented, and their questions were almost the same, that okay, how to stay motivated and just get up and go when we feel failures. Let me tell you what, the reason that I am here to motivate you guys is because I have seen failures. I have seen some immense failures in my life. I've sometimes I've discussed it on the group, and I don't remember what exactly have I told you, but yeah, I've seen great setbacks in my life, and the thing is that I fail every day. Yeah, obviously I'm a human being. Failures are meant to be there. They are always there. So don't consider me like I don't know how it feels, because we are humans, we all fail. So I know exactly what it feels to be a failure, what it feels to be staying back when you actually see others going ahead of you and achieving lots of success. But believe me, it's not the case. Everyone fails every day. They actually choose to be happy. That's why you see them happy all the time, because they actually suppress their failures and their sadness and stuff like that. But okay, it's not the topic today. Topic is how to stay motivated every day. Sometimes we know why should we do certain things, we know our goals, we have everything planned, and then we just don't feel like doing it. So that's the topic today. So okay, what I do is, and I know it is psychologically and just scientifically proven thing, like I love to read. I read like hell. I am like my brother actually says that I can't be found without a book. So yeah, I'm a bookworm, and I read also like articles, and I listen to audiobooks, and take courses, and do everything in the world to just enhance my knowledge. So that's why I have read some researches on this, the thing that I'm going to share. So that's why I know that it works. Okay, so what is it? Okay, it's not a very difficult thing, it's a very easy thing to do. If you don't feel like doing something, don't do it. Just don't do it. Okay, instead of that, okay, for example, you know that you should be writing at this time, or you know that you should be drawing a painting at this time, or whatever your goal for the day is, you know that you should be doing that, but instead you don't feel like it. It's just in your head that no, I can't do it at the moment. If I do it right now, it won't be the best of my work, or it would be a failure or something like that. If you have that in mind, then start doing exactly the opposite of it. For example, choose things that you should be doing no matter what. Like, there are certain things that we have to carry out, some tasks that we have to carry out throughout the day, right? So choose one of those things, like one of those tasks, and start doing that. For example, we are women, we have to wash clothes, we have to wash dishes, we have to clean our room, and we have to do lots of things. We have to walk. Okay, it's about human being, we have to walk. Okay, and there are other things that we have been pending, right? Like for example, one day you might have to send an email or something that is irrelevant to the task you are procrastinating about, that writing or painting thing. So do the other task, okay? For example, send that email, or wash the dishes, or just wash clothes or whatever, or start walking. For me is the best remedy, best one. Okay, while you are doing all of these things, keep in mind that you have to first just clear your mind. Don't think about anything. I know it's hard, it's very hard, it's very 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 hard. It takes a lot of mind training, and alhamdulillah, after like years of practice, I can say that I have mastered it, like 80% mind training thing. I would love to share it with you guys, how to train your mind and stuff. But you have to train your mind not to think about the other things, okay? Not to think about anything, just clear it up. Blank mind. Okay, once your mind is blank, just concentrate on the task you are doing. Like for example, for me, I'm washing dishes. Okay, keep on washing dishes and then think about what would be not what are the outcomes of the task you are constantly not doing. Like if I have to write something and I'm not doing it, so I'll start thinking not about writing, no, not about writing, but about the outcomes of the writing. For example, writing, okay, I'll think about, if I do this writing goal of mine today, if I carry it out, if I complete it, I will be able to complete my novel by the end of this month. Okay, and by okay, if I complete it by then, what will happen? Probably I will get more exposure, like I'll get publishers to read it, and when publishers will read it, then I'll get more exposure. I will have my voice heard throughout the world, or whatever your target audience is. So actually, if you are writing a novel or something, you probably have in mind that you want your writers have their voice, so you want, the ultimate goal is to get your voice heard, right? If your novel has some lesson, you want to teach people that lesson. Or okay, if you are making a painting, then okay, it would be like obviously at the end, you maybe you want to master the art of painting, you want to become an expert artist. But since you are just putting off this single painting, it is an hindrance in your way. It is a hindrance in your way. So think about the larger goals, the larger outcomes, the bigger outcomes. For example, let me tell you something personal. I've been putting out to make a portfolio of mine for, I don't know, I have been putting it out for so long that I was having this feeling that I'll never do it. But then again, I started thinking about what would be the outcomes of this of doing this, making a portfolio. Okay, whenever I come across a potential client, they start asking me about my web development. I'm talking about my web development. They start asking me about okay, where's your portfolio? And I'm like, okay, I don't have a portfolio yet. I can show you my web design. This is my web design, but nobody is actually impressed by that, because uh, okay, it's a fact that people tend to see a lot of your designs all at once. They want to see that. So, well, uh, it's not a good idea to just show them one link or two link or three links. So I have done a lot of web design work, web development work, a lot of it in the past year, but I don't have a portfolio yet. So I've been putting it off like forever. So just today I started doing it, and it didn't take me like much time. I spent 1 hour or 1.5 hour of mine today on that, and oh my god, it wasn't a difficult task. It was just in my head that, oh, okay, I'll do it. It was not a difficult task. No, I've known it since forever that it's not a difficult task. It was just that I was overwhelmed by it or something like that. So, whatever. The thing is to focus your mind on the bigger picture makes that particular task seem very, minute. And we as human beings, we do minute things quite willingly. So make that task very minute in your head. When it's minute task, you will be able to do it. Okay, so this is for those who don't feel like doing things on a particular day. And obviously there are thousands of other methods and thousands of ways to to train your mind, but I'll discuss it not at the moment. Okay, and there was another question, then when we fail, what should we do? Okay, the first step can be, if you fail, think about if there are other methods to achieve that particular thing. Okay, there can be 1,000 ways to achieve one thing. For example, if I want to write something, okay, there's a piece of, okay, I have an article to write, and I can either write it all in Word, or I can say it on my microphone, and there are apps that actually converts speech into text. I can do that, or or I can ask someone else to write it. Okay, so there are 3 methods which I know of. Maybe there are more. Okay, if there's an extensive article, I can write 1 paragraph each day. That's also again a method. Okay, so whatever that you want to do is, if there is, just first of all think about alternative to it. If you couldn't achieve it, think about the alternative. Okay, if there for some reason you can't come up with an alternative, then step 2, ask people. Okay, so all my life I've thought about myself as a okay, here's a confession. I've always thought about myself as a guru, or somebody who can achieve whatever she wants, because it's been like that. I've always been a topper, alhamdulillah, throughout my life. I mean, there was this one time in my 7th grade that I was not able to get a position. I stood 5th in the class, when always and ever I was first, second, third. So I was so broken at that time in 7th grade that I actually didn't go to the prize distribution ceremony, because I couldn't see anyone else getting that cup, that trophy that I always got. So I've always considered myself okay, I can do it. Like, I think I can do it. But then when now I come to think of it, I've always had help. I used to have combined studies with my friends. I used to have discussions with teachers. Okay, there were discussions about everything. I was never alone, never. Mom was there, father was there, my elder sisters were always there to help me, and I've always had help. When I got older, like when I left university and stuff, so I was again of that opinion that I can do everything myself. But then I realized no, I had to take help from other people. Then I realized that no, I was never alone, never. I always had help. So similarly, if you are not getting something in your life, get help. And if you can't find someone in your daily life, then oh my god, you are living in 2016. Don't just ask people in your life. Go out there in social media. There is always a Facebook group for everything. There are support groups, there are coaching group, every kind of group is there. Go ask people. And if you don't feel like on Facebook, because sometimes it's like relatives are there, or someone's like, you don't feel like doing it with your profile, so there are communities like Quora, Reddit, Quora.com, Reddit.com. They have experts, okay, on any subject. On Quora, I once once asked about a query of my deep personal life that I would never share with someone, but I was actually having some issues with my mother, okay, and I was like, I was guilty about it, but I didn't know how to respond, because I knew I was wrong, but I never knew how to respond to it. So on Quora and Reddit, you can go and ask the question anonymously, or you can choose to display your information. So I just went on Quora and asked that question, and there were some people who had decades of expertise. They answered my question, like psychologists and similar people. They answered my question, and it really helped me out. So I'm sharing it because if you have anything at all, just ask the experts, okay? Asking is something our ego comes in way. No, I don't want to ask. I mean, I can do it, and our ego is there. If I ask, I'll look like stupid, and that's what comes in our way of success. So don't let the ego come in your way of success, and do ask. Okay, now when you have asked, start implementing that. Okay, obviously a lot of people does is they ask, they search, they do everything, and then they don't implement it. So what's the point? I have done it a lot of time, that I have a query in my mind, I'm stuck somewhere, and then I research about it, and then I don't implement it. So it's like a big failure in itself. So if you are facing a failure, think about alternative. If you can't find some, ask people. If there is, it's not okay, sorry, ask people, then implement it. And if you've tried everything possible, there are always hundreds of ways of achieving something. If you have tried everything, then just um believe that Allah has a better plan for you. That's what happened with me. um I'm okay, this might be a shock for many people that I'm by degree I'm a telecom engineer, but the fact that I live in Saudi Arab and there are no telecom opportunities here for girls, so I couldn't find a job. And then what girls do is they go and do teaching jobs, but I don't feel like teaching. um I think it's not for me. I don't want kids to suffer, because teaching is a great responsibility. If I don't feel like taking that responsibility, then I shouldn't do it. Only for the sake of money I won't do something that I don't actually feel like doing. But that, if I think that I can't put 100% of mine in something, that I won't do it for the sake of money only. Never. So that's my problem. I mean, some people say it's my problem because just 3-4 days ago I actually I declined an offer, and that guy thought, and he just told me like on my face that you are not declining this offer only because there's not much money in it. I said no, it's a lie. It's a big lie. I'm not doing it because I don't think I can do it 100%. There are a lot of people who can do it better than me. So if I don't feel like doing 100% of like 100% best on something, then I don't do it. So okay, what am I talking about? What was I talking about? Okay. Yeah, my graduation. So yeah, that's why I started searching for something that I could still do. Then I came across writing. Then I came across designing. Then I came across developing. So from there it started a whole new chapter of mine. Imagine I failed 4 years of my life. Like, it was engineering, it was not an easy task. There were projects, there were assignments, and those, you know what, I have done those projects jo I think only boys do them. Like, I have soldered the ICs and all, chips. If there is an engineer, she will understand what I'm talking about. I have done those electronics projects. I've done so much in telecom, and when now I come to think of it, I haven't implemented them. Those 4 years of my life were like, if I think negatively about it, it was a huge failure. But no, I know that Allah had it all planned. I could never go against His will. So I know that if I went to university and did that 4 year of engineering, it was for my benefit. It was because Allah permitted me to do it. I couldn't do it if He didn't. So think about it. If you can't achieve something, then it means that Allah has a better plan for you. I know it was better for me to do this work at home thing, because I'm not much of a party person. Like, I'm not party, but I'm not a social person. I'm not at all a very social person. Okay, I've always had just a limited group of friends. Always 2, 3, 4 friends, and trust me, those friends they have just stuck with me since forever. Uh, Still I have like 4 friends, I think. I don't think I have any more than that. No. Okay, if you consider I'm happy with my sisters and my cousin, so no friends. I'm not much social. Okay, and if I had to go to office daily, I had to be social. I can't interact much with people. I did go to office for 3 months, and then they offered me a full-time job. It was on a probation period or something, but I declined the full-time job offer because I knew I couldn't do it. And by the way, it was a writing job, not a telecom job. Whatever it is, my point is that it was a huge thing. So your failure might be a small thing. You need to think that Allah has a better plan for me. So just think about other options in your life, what other options you still have, and consider them. Consider pursuing those other options. If you are damn sure that it's not working, that I have tried everything and it's not working. So this theory of mine is applicable on everything, like from small everyday tasks to big tasks. Actually, it happened with me another day. Okay, should I discuss that or not? But okay, okay, let me share it. It was a small thing that I was taking bath and all of a sudden water stopped, and I was like, oh shit, what should I do? So there was this bucket of water. I used that, but still my hair being so long, they were still not I still had shampoo in my hair. So I was like, please Allah Ta'ala, please, oh God, why isn't the water gone? Why? So I waited and I waited and I waited. So in my head I had this belief that Allah will send water. Okay. But I waited and waited and waited, and it was getting late. I had to go somewhere. So what I did was I just asked Evan to bring some water, that the water can for the drinking water cans, and okay, she bought that can for me, and then I took that water and washed. So it's a small thing, but I went for plan B. So it's like that. Life is like that. Every day we fail, and we should have this in mind that failure is a part of life. It's nothing more than that. Okay, I think this is it. If you have any questions, just comment down below. I'll be more than happy to answer them. And again, let me remind you that happiness is something that comes from your head, from your mind. It comes from your heart, from your within. Okay, you have to train your mind, you have to train your instincts, you have not instincts, sorry, conscious. Okay, you have to train yourself to be always happy no matter what happens. Okay, and there are many ways to keep yourself happy. And it wasn't a easy journey for me to go from complete failure to a success, to be happy, but I did it. Alhamdulillah, I've achieved it. It took me a lot of pain, a lot of it, like you have no idea. I had the worst kind of dark circles, and I put on so much weight. I was 77 kilo. And what else? I was never present in the present. I was never present in the present, and I was always just, my mind was always blowing. And there was this time that I can't ever forget that time. There were okay, I was picking up the dishes from after we had meal. I was picking those up, and I just my mind was just thinking about, I'm a failure, what I have failed in my life. I was just thinking about those things, and what I did was, there were oranges peel in plate that I had to throw, and there was leftover in a dish that I had to put in the um, pressure cooker. Okay, the in which the food was cooked. Okay, so what I did was, I put the peels in the pressure cooker. I mean, I ruined the meal, the leftover meal that was already in the pressure cooker. I ruined that, and I put the leftover of the dishes in the dust bin. It was the worst kind of mental status I was in. It is just a small example. I used to cry like every single night. I don't know, I was totally off my rails. But I know that I have alhamdulillah, I know the art of happiness now, alhamdulillah. I know how to control my mind when I see failure. I see failure every day, every single day. I'm constantly struggling with be a better version of myself, and let me tell you, I want to share this video. I want to give you guys the experience of how to do it, because it's not just one step process. It takes a lot of effort, a lot. Like there are, wait, I'll just, okay, I'm back. It was Azan, so I thought I should stop. Okay, so what was I saying? Yes. I've taken time to master it, and I know that inshallah, no matter what happens, I will be happy, because it's all in your head. It's all in our head. It's everything from the head. Okay, and yeah. So if you really want me to teach you all the steps that I've taken, or it's like way more than just I took just half of hour at the moment. It's way more than that. Let me show you something. I've been planning for that program I was talking about earlier, and okay, here are the some, can you see it? Okay, here are the plans. 14 days, and each and every day I will be teaching one new thing that can help you get in your perfect mind state, that will motivate you from within you every single day to achieve your goals, to get the success you want, to just carry out your day with achievements, with happiness, with motivation, that at the end of this program you will not be only be able to happy to motivate yourself, but also others, because that's what happiness is about. You are happy, just spread it. You are motivated, just spread the word. You are inspired, spread it. So yes, you will be able to be an inspiration for yourself, you will be able to be an inspiration for others, you will be able to motivate yourself to get those goals that you are always wanting to, but you have these beliefs in your head that no, I can't do it, oh no, this particular thing is a hindrance in my way, this thing is holding me back. No, I can't do it because the other person who did it had this and I don't have this. She had a master's in that and I don't have a master's in that, and she had supporting parents and I don't have supporting parents, and she did that and that. There are always fears, there are always excuses who are holding you back. But once you just master your mind, once you have complete grip of your mind, those excuses, those doubts, those failures means nothing. They just go away when you have a complete grasp over your mind, over your conscience. Okay, sometimes unconsciously we are holding ourselves back. So that's what this program is about. Okay, I am putting my heart and soul into this program only for the reason because I have personally seen some amazing women in this group, and the thing that's holding them back is their mind, nothing at all. They have talent, they have everything, but their mind is not trained to do great things. Great things come only from great mind. If your mind is set to do make excuses, it will only make excuses no matter what. So it took me about a year and a half to master my mind, and I want to give that everything I learned. Okay, where I learned from, I have read, I don't know how many books I read, but I have read a lot of books. I have self-improvement books. I'm not talking about fiction books. No, fiction books only about some only some fiction books have self-improvement in it. Okay, and I don't always read fiction books. I do read fiction books, but not always. So yeah, I have taken courses. Yes, I have taken courses for self-improvement as well. I've talked to mentors. I'm not kidding. Okay, I have taken interviews of how do a successful women think, what makes them successful, what is actually the reason behind their success, and it was always their mind, always and ever. Okay, what are their beliefs, what have they put on believed in and put their efforts in that brought them a huge success. And you know what, it was huge story, huge time passed when I was able to master all of these things. So if you really want to be a success every day and want to inspire others and really want to by inspiration I don't mean somebody on Facebook or somebody on in your school, I mean at your job or somewhere. No, it can be those people, obviously it can be. If you are a boss of somebody, if you are what do we call it, superior, no, not superior, whatever, okay, boss is the right one. If you're a leader, then obviously it is the best thing for you. But other than that, in your life, in your everyday life, for your siblings, we are women, so we are going to be mothers someday, inshallah. So for your kids, for your family, for everyone, we need to be strong enough to carry out our life with a good mindset. And that's why these days kids are like have these mental problems even from their childhood, because their parents don't have a strong mindset, and that's really very sad. Because it's like when your childhood isn't perfect, then well, some mental disturbances starts to happen in early ages. It's a very big shame, but it's a fact, because all our life we have excuses, we have doubts in ourselves, and we pass those doubts to our kids. And I have seen this, that's why I mastered this. That's why I took time to interview people, to read books, to take courses and do all the stuff and all the practices. Like I have a morning ritual, I have a night ritual, and by ritual I don't mean anything like what we see in movies. It's nothing like that. It's these are simple steps that I take each morning. I take every night to sleep peacefully, to start my day peacefully, in a very happy mood, end my day in a very peaceful manner. Okay, so I want to share all of it. I don't want to share, I am going to share it in that program, and whoever is interested, just let me know. It will be in December, and yeah, just hop into that program. It's going to be 14 days. I will be accountable to you. Like, I will be asking for every assignment. Okay, have you done that assignment or not? Because I'm not going to let you get away with it, because it would be your investment in yourself, so you would be accountable. But we know that how much we are bit lazy about our assignments and stuff. So I will be asking again and again, have you done that assignment? And believe me, you will be able to accomplish it with me. And there will be all the amazing women who will join us. And yeah, and one last thing, I won't ever share that stuff that I would share in that program, because it would be an injustice to those who took their time, who made their investments. And so I won't ever share those things in this group. So if you want it, you have to be in that program. Okay, so I'll wrap up this video. It's been so long, but thank you so much for being here. I would wrap up this video by saying that every day isn't same. Sometimes we achieve a lot of things, some days we achieve only a few. But no matter how the day is, just end it with a smile. Just think about it, the small wins that you had that day. Okay, just focus on that, and have a peaceful night, and have gratitude and thank Allah for even the smallest of things, even for this pen that I'm holding, my purple pen, my love. So yeah, thank you so much guys for being here with me, and I really love you all. Thank you so much for making me believe that I can inspire people. Thank you so much, and have a good day, have a good night. Allah Hafiz.